It's time for another dangerous aside. Now that we understand function constructors, built-in function constructors, and how they can be used in libraries and frameworks to add features, we just want to mention about arrays and for in. Do you remember what we did in the lesson on reflection and extend, where we looped through all of the properties and methods on an object? Well, arrays are objects, and we can do the same thing. Let's say I have an array of names, and then I'll do what we did before. I'll use the for in, and that's going to go through all of the properties and methods here on this array. And let's see what we get. Because an array is an object, so I can use it like an object. There we go. Interesting, right? Arrays in JavaScript are a bit different than they are in other languages. When I reference 0, 1, 2 when pointing at a particular item in the array list, that 0, 1, and 2 is actually the name, the property name, on the name value pair, which is why I can use brackets to grab it. So 0, 1, 2 is the property name, and these are the values. So looping across this worked. But the fact that an array is an object, and that each of its items is a name-value pair, that each item becomes a new property — I've added 3 properties, essentially, to this array — means that there's a bit of a problem if somewhere else I have some nice framework that adds some features to my arrays. So I'll just do my custom feature. Who knows what this could be? This could be something to do with arrays, and it adds it to the array.prototype, because this object literal is calling essentially new array. It's just a shorthand for doing that. So this prototype points at array.prototype as the prototype of this object. And there we have the problem. If I refresh, I get that extra property when I use for in. So in the case of arrays, don't use for in. Use instead the standard I, or whatever your iterator is, the length, and then a standard for loop. That's safe. However, iterating over all properties is not safe, because arrays are objects, and you could iterate down into the prototype. So this is generally avoided in JavaScript because arrays are objects in JavaScript and their items are added properties. Got that? Just wanted to make mention now that we understand all the pieces.